Oh, man, I am so anxious for these guys.
Before the gate drop, quick reminder that all 31 rounds of the Super Motocross World Championship are available to listen to live on the NBC Sports Audio Channel 85 on Sirius XM.
It is going to be interesting to see if RJ gets a good jump. Is he going to cross over and close the door on Levi Kitchen coming into that first turn? If not, RJ's going to have to do the best he can do to stick right on the outside of Levi Kitchen or tuck underneath him in the first corner, but it's going to be difficult to do.
Kitchen is a great leader.
Yeah.
When he gets out in front, he's so comfortable out there, very much like Jet Lawrence. There is Mitch Payton, the legend behind the Pro Circuit Kawasaki team. If Levi Kitchen can win, that will bring up 300 victories for that organization that you once rode for.
That's right.
And won for.
Incredible race team owner.
All right, ready to go. 250 West, there's only 2 to go this year. Let's do it here in Denver. Kitchen, Hampshire's been left behind. Shimoda on the inside. It's Joe Shimoda with the whole shot. The Honda HRC rider. The night is going perfectly to plan for Joe.
Yeah, I mean, that HRC Honda team has something figured out. Jordan Smith right there. Levi Kitchen going for #2 position on the inside.
Jordan Smith tried to close the door, but the championship hopeful storms his way through, and here comes Hampshire. Hampshire gets out of rhythm, though.
Yeah.
Hang on to it.
RJ's got to keep his cool right here. He has plenty of speed.
This is intense.
Right here, the biggest thing. Oh!
There's a hit. There was a hit. Nate Thrasher got into RJ Hampshire.
Massive hit by Nate Thrasher on RJ Hampshire. That was a great save for RJ to keep it upright. Biggest thing for RJ right now, going looking championship, he can't override the motorcycle. Okay, he's got to hit his laps and at least get second behind Kitchen and give yourself a chance. That is a gnarly impact right there.
Well, credit to Hampshire for RJ being able to hang on to it, stay on his Rockstar Energy Factory Husky. That could have had massive championship implications.
Right now, if RJ wants to be the hero, I think that he just needs to keep his cool and not try to be the hero, and that's what will pay dividends at the end of this race, in my opinion. Looking good right now, starting to settle in.
If RJ could get by Jordan Smith, guess what? And the position stayed as is, we'd be heading to Salt Lake City with a tied championship.
Oh, that would be something special. Again, winner take all. Both these riders, no slip, no room for wiggle. There's the points right there. Hampshire, 2 points down. 2 races left. Remember, next weekend when we go to Salt Lake City, that's going to be a showdown. There's always fireworks happening there in those 250 showdown races. I like that outside line. Watch the momentum.
Oh, whoa. That is the second time in this main event that he has lost his rhythm and had to hold on to it.
Well, that double is tricky, and the reason that it's tricky is it has a very steep downside. And if these riders don't get the pop and get over that double clean, they'll clip their rear tire and they'll throw the front down, and things that happen to RJ will happen. That's exactly what will happen.
Meanwhile, Joe Shimoda is 1.5 seconds out in front. It is only the 3rd time that Joe Shimoda has led a main event, and the last time was 2 years ago. This is big, Will.
This is absolutely huge, and Ben Griffith, his mechanic, was telling me earlier on how much it would mean to the entire Honda HRC team for Joe to get a win here. They said they put so much work in, and then just kind of the communication and getting the bike set up, as we said earlier, it's just taken Joe a little while. And they said to be able to stamp this season and do that, and I can see it, I can hear it in his voice and see it in his face, how important that would be to them. And I think just confidence here, Ricky, for Joe, just building and building as we go on here. It's just a snowball effect.
Yeah, confidence breeds confidence. Diff, you know that. And I'm just pumped for Joe. And you know what? This could be really good for a guy like Levi Kitchen. If Kitchen was able to make a move and get by him, it'll put a little points buffer in there. Ooh, look at RJ.
All right, here we go.
Fire.
Here we go. Jordan Smith is still the roadblock for RJ Hampshire. Can he find a way past the Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racer? Here we go, inside. Oh, and he almost, and Smith is off track on the other side of the tough block.
Yeah, no contact made, but that was a fabulous pass by RJ. Just goes in there, gives Jordan a little bit of room, but it scares Jordan enough to where Jordan had to go to the outside, JT, and jumped on the tough blocks.
Yeah, that's a good old-fashioned game of chicken right there, right? RJ's forcing the issue, and Jordan didn't back out of it. Something has to give in those situations, and that's what RJ was trying to send the message. Hey, don't jump. I'm going to push you wide. Jordan went for it anyway and landed on the tough blocks.
And we've got a tied championship as they run. Levi Kitchen, RJ Hampshire on your screen, equal with one race left to decide this 250 West title. Will?
And they're in different places, Levi Kitchen and RJ Hampshire, when it comes to taking this down to Salt Lake. RJ Hampshire told me that he wants to get the win done tonight to take the pressure off going into that showdown once we've got East and West divisions on track together. Levi Kitchen, when I asked him about it, he said, well, I already kind of feel like it's going to come down to Salt Lake anyway, and I think that'll be fun to do all of that in a showdown. So two different guys there coming at this from different angles, and it's just reflected in where they are in their careers, I think.
Oh yeah, it's coming down to Salt Lake City next week for sure. But there's so much racing left here to go, and the track is going to become more difficult. Which rider is going to be able to adjust to how difficult the track gets and make the right moves coming into the corners, coming out of the corners, line selection.
So if Joe Shimoda can hang on for another 9 minutes plus a lap, he would be the 5th different winner in 9 races. That's how good this season's been, JT.
Yeah, this battle reminds me of one you were in, Ricky Carmichael, a long time ago. 2006, Vegas. Oh. James Stewart's out front. Chad Reed is chasing you, and there was a gap not so different than this, and the key was who could close it down. Could Chad Reed close the gap to you? Just like the question is for RJ Hampshire, can he close the gap down to Levi Kitchen? Everything's in front of him. There are no battles other than to worry about here. Joe Shimoda's not involved in the championship. It's really just those two. It doesn't matter if they're 2nd and 3rd or 13th and 14th. This is what it all comes down to.
Oh, look at Levi Kitchen's boot has come undone. His left boot.
His left boot, yeah.
All his buckles are undone. Maybe that happened in the first corner. Maybe something, he tangled with one of the riders. Oh, that could play a huge part.
That ever happened to you?
Yeah, it has. Look at, wow. Rarely do you see that happen. This is not ideal situation. It could definitely, well, what it will do is it's making him think about that rather than focusing on the track, and that is definitely a huge distraction.
8 minutes left plus a lap. Can Levi Kitchen hang in there? Think about snow skiing and your boot came loose.
Yeah,
and having that loose, unsupported feeling and sensation.
I was going to say, is there any way that he could try to latch him back? And I don't think so. He's not looking down at him. So that could be a positive. Maybe it's not bugging him too much.
Halfway through this 250 West main event. And a reminder to visit 7-Eleven, where Monster Energy drinks are available now. Jason.
Well, and Ricky, I think it's so interesting here. Everyone, I think, has dealt with in this, this racing world with a couple of straps coming off your boot, right? No big deal. You keep carrying on. But when all of your straps come undone, it affects how you can grip the motorcycle. It affects your body language, how you're positioning everywhere. So far, he's done a masterful job of blocking all that out. But it has to be driving him crazy right now, right?
Absolutely. Well, JT, I was thinking about when you're talking about 2006 Vegas, when it was winner take all between myself, James, and Chad. And going back, like, it would be nice for Levi Kitchen to win, and pad his points, and he'd have a little insurance going into Salt Lake City. But I don't know if that's possible. So take a step back, and just coming out of here and beating RJ would definitely be a benefit. And just from a momentum standpoint.
Race leader Joe Shimoda. Let's take you back and show you Levi Kitchen. Let's have a closer look at this boot situation.
Yeah, both of the buckles, but you see the bottom buckles there. Maybe that's giving him enough support. I'm just guessing that those things came undone in the first corner.
Wide open.
Look at that. Great camera work, crew. Getting that super slow-mo.
Just got to hang in there for another 5 3/4 minutes. He's got a comfortable buffer over his title rival, RJ Hampshire.
You know, watching this race, it's subtle little line changes that can make a huge difference in lap times. And when I say subtle, I'm talking just a couple inches. Coming out of a corner, you look where the cushion is, get you a little more grip, a little more drive forward, and you look at the stopwatch, you can gain a tenth here, gain a tenth there, and this is, whoa!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Got a little crossed up, and that's going to cost him time.
Yep.
He has got just over 2 seconds over RJ Hampshire.
Not a lot, and it's going to be tricky because now they're getting into lap riders. These lap riders sometimes can play a huge part in the result of the race because they're in a race of their own. So, King Supers is where you can find Monster Energy drinks available now. Wow, what a story for Joe Shimoda, for Levi Kitchen, and that lucky escape for RJ Hampshire, where there was that contact early in the race with Nate Thrasher. Incredible. Everybody's got a story to tell here. But Joe's got the breathing room. 2.5 seconds over Levi Kitchen. Man, Joe just looks incredible. Dip, you talked about it like, what if, a little too late, but man, this is such a strong ride by Joe. Class of the field here.
Look, he's just gone by and lapped right at DeFrancisco. That shows you the groove that he is in.
I feel like this is a racetrack, though, that Joe would shine on. He's very calm and collected, and he's not overly aggressive with the throttle, and he's very methodical and precise. So that on a track condition like this that is hard and slippery, that's a good quality to have.
And I think what he needs to do, just to finish the Shimoda point, is remember earlier this year when he was leading a heat race and got to the final lap and made an unforced error and threw it away?
That's right.
Threw the ring away. To finish this one off and get his second career main would be huge. And again, for those of you just joining us, as we run, as they run on track, we've got a tied championship in the 250 West, heading to the last race in Salt Lake City. Couldn't ask for anything more.
RJ Hampshire wanted to get a win early in this season. He was able to do that. That was one box checked off. Wanted to hold the red plate. Boom, he's done that as well. And just, it's such an incredible year of all the years that he's been in this class, putting it all together right now.
So less than 3 minutes plus a lap left in 250 competition. The 450 athletes are warming up, and Jet Lawrence practicing some starts. This has been a focal point for the 450 championship leader.
That's what he's doing, getting the clutch warmed up, getting the timing right, body position, dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making sure everything is ready to go.
Just drifting back a little bit, several positions behind these guys at the front, is the Club MX rider, Phil Nicoletti. This is Phil's second last race. He's got one more race, right?
That's
one more Supercross race to go, and he's calling time on his career. And there's been some moments to smile about this year.
Yeah.
He's a great character in the sport. No Garrett Marchbanks, his teammate. That thumb hasn't healed as fast as Garrett and the team would have liked. So Phil, hang in there. You're just outside the top 5.
I go back to that race in San Francisco when he was so close to getting on the podium, and he just lost it. His teammate Marchbanks passed him with like a lap or two to go, and he's pretty emotional about that. He knows how hard it is to get on the podium, but Phil's a great guy, and we're pumped for him. He's had a great career.
What you got, Will?
Well, I'm down here now with Ben Griffith, who is Joe Shimoda's mechanic. Ben, you're on the verge of this. There's been a lot of work going into this. What are you feeling right now? What are you telling Joe?
I'm just trying to keep him calm because I am not calm right now. Jed, just trying to keep him calm, click off his laps like we do at a track, and just try and get him to the finish.
I love it. You can see the emotion right there in Ben. And Ben, I think your man has got it here tonight. Just looking like fantastic. Like I said, doesn't look like he's on the edge, just hitting his marks. Picture perfect so far.
And look, being in the same organization as the Lawrence brothers that have had a great 450 year, that team spirit and morale, it helps everybody. So this is great.
Look at on that pylon there. Fourth, third, second. Going for a win here tonight, trending in the right way. Oh, they're gonna have 2 more laps.
Levi Kitchen, you've got company. And it's the guy you're fighting this championship for, because entering is RJ Hampshire.
You gotta dig deep, do everything both of these guys can. However, if they swap positions, really no harm, no foul. You go to Salt Lake City next week, and whoever wins or beats each other would be the champ. So, what a perfect scenario for us at home or us at the races watching, right?
What a great shot that was of how deep the ruts are getting and how hard-packed this track has become. And you saw it there with RJ Hampshire as the back stepped out on him. It was a good catch.
Whatever happens in these last 2 laps with RJ and Levi, if RJ isn't able to make the pass into the second position, still a job done well by RJ Hampshire, keeping himself in this fight. Hold on. Just keep it on 2 wheels.
1 lap to go for Joe Shimoda for his 2nd career main event win.
Ooh.
And he hasn't got it just yet because Levi Kitchen, the chef, has turned up the heat.
Oh, this would be big. Gonna be tough to do it, like I said, on this track. This is one of those tracks where it's hard to make up time. There is time out there to be made, but
still some lappers to negotiate. Joe Shimoda, does he know that Kitchen is that close?
Oh, look at RJ's right there.
What a finish to this 250 West Main. He's got to get through the whoops one last time. Keep it clean, Joe, and he does. But Kitchen's going for it. One last turn. Joe Shimoda, has he done it? You betcha he has. Shimoda wins in Denver. Awesome performance for Japan's Joe Shimoda. And that is huge. And the factory Honda HRC squad begin the celebrations. And we go to Salt Lake City with a tied championship. How awesome's that?
What a ride.